here, Power by the Hour. I want to talk some Coyote swap stuff with the guys real quick. Hey guys, I got a F100. I want to put a Coyote swap in it. I need a power steering solution. I need AC. I need all that shit. What do you guys suggest?
So what frame do you have?
A 70 fucking Bronco.
Crown Vic?
70 something Bronco. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Crown Vic front end usually.
Okay.
So Mustang 2 Heights, Roadster Shop, chassis I think makes one.
Which we can handle all of them.
All of them.
Most of the prefab chassis would need a low profile bracket for the power steering. Rear entry gravity feed, high pressure fitting to feed the brake.
What kind of motors are we looking at in terms of like what am I looking at for like a Gen 2 motor? The whole shebang.
With the automatic, you want Ford Racing.
Yeah, I want an automatic. I'm gay.
Auto control pack, so it's an M-6017-M50A.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna want Ford truck motor.
M50A motor.
If you go Mustang motor.
So you're looking for a price?
You have a truck. No.
Not necessarily the price. I mean, what's the most popular combo that people are doing out there in terms of a motor?
A lot of people are doing 15-17 truck motors with a 15-17 Gen 2 truck trans. So the story is the truck has a different firing order, which we used to try a Mustang harness with a firing order change in the tune. As of lately, it has not been working. So now we've been doing a F-150 engine trans harness combo for that motor.
Got it figured out.
Stays F-150.
So there's a solution for a Gen 2 F-150 motor
without a firing order change in the tune.
Okay,
no tuning really required unless it's a cold air situation.
Okay, so I can use a Ford Racing control pack with the truck engine harness.
Yes.
And 6R80
engine trans harness, which is all mated in one.
Okay.
Because it's a 2-port piece.
Because it's got to be an F-250 deal.
Yeah.
150.
So how about for AC? What are you guys recommending for AC if I want to get AC in the sucker?
So usually it's a Resto Mod or Vintage Air system, which they use sand-in compressors. Sand-in compressors, we have a bracket for the sand-in compressors. It works with the either NA supercharged application. As far as our speed drive, is that what we're calling it?
Yes,
now?
speed drive.
Yes, it's a speed drive.
Yeah, that's a Frank.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
Remember it.
Frank Perdomo part number.
Yeah.
But yes, it works. It's a sand and.
If you call, it's not in the system, but we'll get it figured out.
We would actually recommend using the either a Vintage Air or a Resto Mod and using the sanding compressor. Number one, it's smaller and it has multiple entry points. I mean, the back, the side, the top. Especially when you're dealing with headers and the starter there, you know what that's all about.
Yeah.
You know.
Otherwise, it's a 4.6 AC compressor with a Vintage Air manifold block adapter on the back. You can use a Coyote compressor, but they're bigger, and there is way limited AC line options and adapters for it.
Power steering. I'm old. My arms are weak as fuck. I need
Sorry
to.
I thought you worked out.
I know. I'm a customer.
Okay.
So I want to be able to steer nicely my Bronco, my piece of shit Bronco.
So we talked about that earlier. Obviously, our power steering pump works great, but there are other options. Electric pumps, number one.
Okay.
Volvo,
we don't really like
Volvo,
using them. We hear some horror stories about them. They do.
What do you guys recommend? Like, if I want to come here, I want to get it all done.
Then you just run our accessory bracket kit, the mod motor,
99.
power steering pump, hydraulic one, our bracket kit. Obviously, I already said that.
Mod motor, power steering pump, which is available anywhere just about. With the pulley.
It'll flip the alternator around backwards on the timing cover, below the passenger valve cover, and then the power steering pump will go right where the alternator went.
So after I get sick and tired of my 400 horsepower Bronco and I want to go VMP or Whipple, and I already bought your NA brackets or whatever,
correct.
Do I have to get a whole new set of brackets?
No, it's just an upfit
We
kit.
upgrade. We have an outfit. We have an outfit kit. It's about $100 basically. It's adds a pulley, different size belt, and
different length standoffs.
One more standoff, and basically it's just an upgrade.
For both supercharger combos, like
So the Whipple one's $399. The VMP Roush one is
$100.
$100. It also worked Department of Boost.
Whipple's a little bit more intense. There's a bigger bracket there. It's actually a plate, a couple of different pulleys.
Okay. How about? Sorry, go ahead.
Good. No. I just want to make a comment about the Whipple supercharger itself. That if you do buy your own supercharger, you will need all the pulleys and all the brackets that they originally supply with it, even though it's a swap.
So don't buy just the head unit and then buy our bracket kit and expect it to work, because it won't. You need all that shit from Whipple.
Okay, cool. How about a fuel system? NA minimum. What do I need?
255 liter per hour pump and return style.
Usually we're supplying a LMC truck tank in the back, 12 inches deep, it's like 16 gallons, air motive hat. It's already got a return setup on it.
And the air motor stuff's already a 340 liter per hour.
Yeah, so it'll handle even up to a supercharged application.
Even a
E85,
supercharged
yeah,
application?
E85.
Oh. Okay, so I can get all this stuff through you guys, meaning I don't have to like. Let's say if I get my own shit. You're saying if I get my own supercharger stuff, I have to get a whole kit, not just a head unit and a lower.
A hot
and,
rod kit will do it. A hot rod
for the
kit
Whipple.
For the Whipple.
Okay,
Yeah.
and for like a VMP, I need everything that they.
VMP, you would need
VMP
everything.
and
Correct.
everything, but yeah.
Oh, and then fuel system at least a 3 something. And
340 minimum.
340.
I would recommend. I know you can do a 255 and bolt it on.
That's just, I'm just saying for NA, if you're gonna make stock Coyote and just drive it down the street, cool story. That's it.
Right.
But if you want to do more than that, like run the 85, do a bigger injector, you need a 340. If you want to boost it, I still think you need minimum of 340, a booster pump and
And
injector.
injector.
'Cause
Yeah.
you're just gonna
what are the
run-
more popular swaps going on out there? Like, what's the most popular shit going on besides Bronco and F100? Is there anything else that's kind of like becoming?
a lot of 3-valve cars, at least on mine.
Yeah, big time. 05, 07s.
People are
09s.
Coyote swapping 3
Yeah.
valves or 05 to
Lot,
10s.
a
Are
lot.
we closer to a solution for?
We do have a solution. It's not actually. I know with the connector's kind of the biggest thing.
Yeah, just
So it's a
time,
female-male
get things
connector
produced.
issue going on right
Okay.
now, but it does work.
But in the meantime, you can repin the body harness for now, but you have to run a Gen 1 timing component motor for it to work perfectly.
Okay.
But
Anything else? Tips or tricks on Coyote swaps? What to look out for? Not to buy? What to buy? Don't waste your time on.
only get a truck motor if it's a screaming deal, because most of you guys want to change the cams or worry about the firing order or harness, BS anyways.
Exactly. That's a good point. Most
So if
definitely.
you're gonna
Only
get,
if it's a
yeah,
bad,
if
yeah.
the Mustang motor's 500 or 1,000 more, just buy the Mustang.
If you can
motor.
get the 6R80 mated with it, it's probably not a bad deal. Yeah, but I wouldn't just buy the motor alone.
Stop buying crank pallets, please. It's cool for
They
10
don't-
minutes with your
yeah.
boys.
Control
and
harness
pass blue
does
ribbon,
not
but
fucking work.
yeah, just get. You want just the motor and just the transmission, and then you can buy everything else separate. The money you'll save with
Instead of the crank a pallet deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's cool and it does work. You
But
know, you
it
can
works on
utilize
a
a lot of the
pallet, that's
parts,
it.
but you by the time you buy another control pack, you're buying everything all over again.
Oh,
So.
got it. Okay. Gen 1 as about the same Gen 2 in terms of. So basically, you guys have a Gen 1 control pack that for auto, basically.
Correct.
Because Ford Racing does not have a Gen 1 auto control pack.
Correct.
But Gen 2, Ford Racing has both.
Yes.
Would you guys do Gen 2 over Gen 1 based on what you've seen, or you stick with Gen 1 and your
They
stuff
hold
based
more,
on.
hold more power.
Yeah. People like
and it's
those
still
boosts.
plug and play.
Yeah.
It does work well. I would say Gen 2 is probably more popular at this point right now,
Okay,
especially crate motor
I
wise.
think the inventory of Gen 1 stuff is a lot more limited now because it's been out for so long. I'm sure they have way higher miles than most of these guys want to start a swap with. But they're still safe. They can still make 600 boosted, 650 boosted. It's
Okay.
not like you have to be scared. It's
Yeah.
not. They're not fragile glass motors.
So what do I have to do to put a 10R80 in my Gen 2 Bronco?
You're
Tell me
not-
how I
Currently,
can
you have
make
to
that
buy it.
happen.
I know. I just said you buy a crank pallet, but you have to buy a crank pallet for a 10R, send it to Brian Tyler Brown, have him strip the whole harness, make his own control pack for it, which there is a lead time on that, and then you can make it work. But
Yeah.
again,
You're saying I can put a
reinventing the wheel.
10R80 in a Gen 2?
No. Oh, sorry. I thought you said.
No, I want a 10R80 in my Gen 2. I want a 10R80 in my Gen 2.
No,
It can
you
be
can't.
done.
Well,
In a Gen
Well, I
2?
can't- well,
Okay.
How am I gonna control
You
it?
gotta put
Explain it to
2018
him.
cams in. But yeah.
The guy that works out of the Facebook deal, he's
Yeah.
the only one so far, and I haven't.
So
seen
you're
it.
saying I could put a Gen 3 trans in a Gen 2 motor? That's what you're saying?
No, he's Gen 3 only.
Gen 2, yeah.
Yeah, no 10R behind.
See,
the
I
Gen
tried to
2,
catch
so-
him.
I gotcha.
Okay, so there's no way of putting a 10R on a Gen 2 control pack and have it
Actually,
controllable.
physically, no, nobody can do it until we see somebody that calls. I've got like 3-4 customers right now that are dealing with Brian
Yep.
that we don't know.
And then Gumby has one in a Lightning pickup truck that runs and drives, but I think,
his completed
so-
project, or
I believe so, yeah. Brian did the harness, Gumby
Okay,
installed it,
okay.
runs.
Okay, what are real quick so we can be done? What are the things to avoid? Obviously, to avoid on Coyote swaps. I know you guys have seen a bunch of stuff go down with customers calling saying, "I did this," and why the hell did you do that? Oh, magic's in the editing.
Call us first before you buy harnesses, before you buy motors, before you buy transmissions. We get the calls afterwards anyways and
Yeah.
clean up the mess.
You guys
so
are
might as well
wasting
just
a
call
bunch
us.
of money, man.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
time. Just call us beforehand. We'll get you straight.
it's actually not the most efficient way or engine for LS swaps compared to what I'm hearing. LS swaps are relatively inexpensive. The Coyote swap is, we'll call it expensive, but if you start off on the wrong foot, you're gonna be really fucking sorry, dollar for dollar.
Like, what am I into? What am I look price wise? What am I looking to get into in terms of a swap with everything? 6R80 control pack, motor, everything. Am I looking to like a 10 to 15,
I think
15 to 20?
I think we put together $18,000. It's probably an NA application with power
Yeah.
steering's like drive, transmission, not
Fuel
fully
system.
built transmission, but good enough to hold 650, 700 horsepower.
Perfect.
If you were to put it in a Fox and you wanted to send it somewhere to have it done, you're going to spend 25 to 30 grand easy for an NA stock basic bitch application. Same thing with an SN, same thing with a New Edge. I don't care who you are. You can do it at your house for 15 grand, but that's you and your buddies and favors and all that crap. 3-valve car, you could probably do it for 10.
Because you use a
it's
stock
all-
trans.
It's all
and stuff.
there.
same
Everything's
car.
there. Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Um,
I won't take up much more of your time. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
We're talking
Alex.
for about, what, 10 minutes or so? That's all I need. I'll edit some of the shit he set up
Yeah, sorry.
and be good for it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. One final thing, we have a new harness coming out it should be here, any day this week, but it will do GT500. So if you do buy a GT500 dropout engine trans, we can control it with an 11 and up GT500 PCM. We can flash the computer, sell you our body harness. You'll reuse the engine and trans harness. Again, it has to be from an 11 to 14. We can do the older motor, just have to convert you to 11 to 14 harnesses. That'll work. And then we could also do GT500 auto with our control pack, body harness, computer deal for you. So just wanted to add that in there.
What'd you say, Pezzo? All right. Thanks a lot, man.
That's it. Oh yeah.